Welcome to ProKitchen Software online video tutorial series. In this video, we will explore additional architectural elements. We will locate and identify additional architectural elements, place an example of each component, and we will explore each component's attributes. Most designs call for an architectural element of some sort, the most common being doors and windows, or the ProKitchen user shapes to represent components that may not otherwise have a cabinet catalog counterpart. But in addition to these common elements, there are many other items the ProKitchen Architectural Elements Catalog provides you to complete your designs as fully as possible. Let's first explore the available options. To access these elements, just as we would to access doors, windows, and user shapes, navigate to either the door or window icons on the toolbar and left-click to launch the dialog box. Below the user shapes, doors, and windows folders, you will see the remaining available elements. The first being door and window frames. When left-clicking the plus sign to the left of the folder, you will see three subfolders appear: door frames, window frames, and wall openings. In door frames, you will find an arch door frame and a rectangular door frame, each with or without a casing. Also, much like standard doors and windows, you are also provided the slide-off side panel where you may adjust the item's width and height dimension and its wall left or right placement dimension prior to placing it within the design. As usual, from within the dialog box, once you have made your selection, made any necessary alterations in the side panel, left-click Place. Hover the mouse over the wall this item will sit. Left-click once to drop the item and be provided free left or right movement, and left-click again to secure. Note that if you have utilized the left or right end wall placement option, when you are applying the item to your wall, remember to left-click twice in rapid succession without moving the mouse. If you move the mouse, you may unintentionally alter the left or right placement and will need to readjust later. After the item is secured, the dialog box will reappear so you can continue to place more architectural room elements. In the Window Frames folder, you will again find both the arch and rectangular shapes, with or without a casing, and are also provided the same slide-off side panel as with the door frames. The additional subfolder in the Door and Window Frames main folder is Wall Openings. In this folder, there is only the freeform wall opening option. This component will cut a hole in your selected wall and is perfect for creating walkthroughs, pass-throughs, and may serve as the foundation for things like a shower niche. Again, you are provided the slide-off side panel so you may make adjustments to the wall opening prior to placement. Place the item as described earlier. Next up in the architectural elements is the Ceiling folder. Contained within is an item called Cathedral Wall. This item is an additional means to create a cathedral ceiling shape within your design. It is both the wall and the cathedral top, but this wall will not produce wall placement zones and is intended for visual purposes only. Back in architectural elements, the second element found within ceilings is cathedral top. Like the previous item, this offers you an alternative method for creating a cathedral ceiling shape. However, this item is placed on top of the existing wall that will provide the foundation for the slope. So, after left-clicking Place, I will move the mouse on top of a standard height wall that will hold the base of the slanted ceiling. Left-click once to drop the item, and a second left-click to secure. In the next folder, Staircase, we will find two stair options, Spiral and Straight. When placing one of these items, be mindful that this will default to a rather large component. So, depending on the floor plan, it may be easier to place this outside the room before making necessary alterations. After the staircase option, you will find Baseboards. The Baseboards folder contains 4 different baseboard profile options in varying finish colors. When navigating these options, you will be able to view the profile in the preview panel. Placing the baseboards along the walls operates just a little differently. After left-clicking Place, the mouse is a crosshair with the baseboard attached. To apply to a wall, left-click once within the wall zone. The trim will auto-cut to fit around cabinet and architectural items, and will be very close to the wall, making it difficult to see from the plan view. The mouse will remain a crosshair, so you may apply this trim to additional walls. Continue to left-click once in each of the wall zones where this trim needs to be applied. When you have completed the task, tap the Escape key on the keyboard to release the tool and restore the dialog box. The last option in the Architectural Elements catalog are the ceiling trims. Similar to the baseboards, you are provided several profile options, each in varying finishes. These items will place exactly how the baseboards were placed, by left-clicking once in the wall zone for each wall that requires the trim, and tap the Escape key to return to the dialog box. After you have finished placing all the required components, left-click Cancel at the bottom right corner to dismiss the dialog box. Now that we have examples of these items placed, let's take a look at what we can do with each. All components will have their own right-click menu, most of which will have the traditional options: drag, move, up-down, center, position, and snap positioning tools. Resize will be available for door frames, window frames, and wall openings, which allows you to alter the width of the item without accessing attributes. Further down the right-click toolbox, you will also find nomenclature options, copy, delete, add to group, and attributes. Attributes for each of these items will provide adjustment opportunities. Access attributes either with the right-click toolbox tool, or you may double left-click the item to bypass right-click access. In the door frames and window frames attributes dialog boxes, you are provided an opportunity to add a plan notation, alter the width, height, and depth dimensions, and with an arch shape, you may also alter the height of the arch. You may also enable or disable the casing from rendering by left-clicking the box to the left of the option. When casing is enabled, you may alter the casing width, select a new casing profile and finish color by utilizing the drop-down menus. When you have finished making your alterations, left-click OK at the bottom right corner to apply all the changes. Freeform wall opening attributes will only allow you to add a plan notation, and alter the width and height dimensions. Although the depth field is an active option here, it is not functional due to the fact that wall openings are intended to create a complete hole through the wall and will always correspond with the thickness of the wall, even after attempting to alter the depth. For the cathedral wall, when we access Attributes, we will see that we can add a plan notation and alter the wall's width, depth, and height. We can also adjust the offset of the peak from the left end of the wall, adjust the length of the ceiling into the room, perfect for creating a cathedral ceiling for a single room within a multi-room design, and select whether the ceiling will extend to the right or the left of the wall. With the cathedral top, on the other hand, we may alter the width, depth, and length of the top as to be applied to the top of the existing walls. And we may again adjust the peak height, which should be calculated based on the height of the peak in relation to the top of the foundation wall, as well as have the opportunity to extend this into or out of the room with the ceiling direction drop-down menu. Staircases, however, only provide the opportunity to add the plan notation and adjust the dimensions of the item. Finish options are currently unavailable for these components and must serve as representational items only. Baseboards and ceiling trim are unique in their right-click menu options. On the plan view, you are only provided the options of Delete or Attributes. In the elevation view, you will be provided additional options of Drag, Move, Up-Down, Nomenclature, and Copy. These items are also unique within their attributes, as these items only allow you to add a plan notation for communication purposes and may not be altered otherwise. With ProKitchen Software's available architectural elements, you are provided the tools to create whatever the project calls for. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. For more videos like this, please visit www.prokitchensoftware.com.